All right, we're going to read in the book about Elsa and Anna, The Phantoms of Arendelle, Chapter 4. And the sisters ran around the village for the rest of the evening. By the end, they were both exhausted from their adventures and decided to spend the night in the most comfortable bed in the nicest inn in town, which was great, since a sleepover in a new place was one of the things Anna had argued that they should experience. In the morning, they picked up right where they had left off. By the time they had lunch and were rocking together on the porch swing outside the inn, Elsa could barely remember everything she and Anna had managed to do. There had been a race on horseback, an archery competition, the sampling of every kind of cheese she had ever heard of, and several she hadn't, and 3 puppet shows that Anna performed with reluctant help from Kai and Gerda. The word reluctant. Reluctant means they didn't really want to do it. They did it, but they were reluctant. They didn't really want to do it. And it had been great. Elsa had really enjoyed trying all kinds of new things with her sister. Unfortunately, she could see that Anna was getting tired, sinking back into the cushions as they rocked. But it was the day of the banquet, and Elsa knew the staff was at that very moment setting up the great hall. If Anna went back to the castle and wandered anywhere near there, I'm trying to move my thing. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm having some issues here with my... If Anna went back to the castle and wandered anywhere near there, she was bound to see something that would give away the surprise. You can't quit now, Elsa said with mock gravity in her voice. We've barely done half of the things you've been saying we should do. Anna looked surprised. But then she sat up, scrunched up her face, and rubbed her hands together excitedly. All right then, Anna said. You pick. What's next? Elsa looked at her sister and replied in a solemn voice. Pillow fight. That word's solemn. Gosh, what do you think that word means? In a solemn voice. It means it's another word for like serious. She was serious, being serious. And with that, she jumped up, grabbed a cushion off the swing, and delivered the first blow. Anna recovered quickly, snatching a throw pillow to defend herself with. With a squeal of laughter, the battle began. Chapter 5. Meanwhile, Olaf knocked on the castle walls. From what he could tell, there was almost certainly some kind of haunting going on in the castle. First off, people kept whispering about a mysterious-sounding pig that had run through the hallways and was never seen again. That certainly wasn't the normal sort of thing that one would expect in a nice castle, so it had to be phantom-related. You think Olaf's right? What's happening here? Olaf had also heard people talking about a small, pale creature that walked the castle freely, leaving gusts of cold wind in his wake. So in his wake, that means behind him. So it's kind of trailing behind him. And no one spoke of this strange being with fear, which told Olaf that it wasn't just well known, it was friendly too. According to Do Not Laugh at Phantoms, this was absolute proof of a Class 3 haunting, a happy and welcoming spirit that's too shy to say hello. Olaf couldn't wait to meet it. Let me ask you now, do you think there's really a phantom or a ghost in the castle? Is that what Olaf is hearing about? He knocked on another wall, this one sporting a large mirror, and listened intently for any response. There was no answering sound, but the mirror slowly opened like a door, like a secret door. Olaf smiled. This had to be where the phantoms were hiding. And with that, he stepped into the secret passageway, almost, but not quite, closing the mirror door behind him. Chapter 6. After the pillow battle, Anna had convinced Elsa to go out to the fjord and use her ice powers to make sculptures on the surface of the water. Each one was an amazing work of art, made all the more beautiful by how quickly it melted into the warm summer ocean. And the sisters spending time together as if the fjord was especially perfect, as Anna knew that the masterpiece of all, the celebratory dessert she had ordered, a gigantic tiered cake, would be arriving at the castle at any minute. Anna just needed to keep Elsa away for a little while longer while the cake was delivered and the great hall was decorated. Then, at nightfall, she could lead her sister to the dance and surprise her with cake and decorations and music and laughter. It would be the perfect end to this perfect couple of days. The problem was that Elsa had just received an important document from a court page and was rushing through the village and back toward the castle entrance. "Elsa, wait!" Anna called after her sister. Elsa turned just as 12 strong men, carrying what must have been the world's largest cake, slowly emerged around the corner of a nearby building. "Anna!" Elsa responded. "This is important." Anna practically defied the laws of gravity, leaping to where her sister was standing and turning her by the shoulders, just as a parade of streamer-wielding event planners followed the cake-carrying men into view. So she almost defied the laws of gravity. So, gravity makes us fall down. And so that's why we don't float up in the air, or we're not able to jump super, 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 super high. But they're saying Anna, she practically defied the laws of gravity, which meant that she leapt really high. "But we have to hurry and go," Anna emphasized as she looked past Elsa and tried to signal the cake and streamer people. "Somewhere else, a place where things," Anna tried desperately to think of something she could say that would keep her sister from turning and seeing the massive cake and the streamers, and also the troupe of musicians, who had decided that it was a great time to stop outside and take in the air of Arendelle. Elsa started to turn. Anna did the only thing she could. "Look out!" she yelled, pointing into the sky. "Octopus monster!" Elsa looked up. "What? How? Anna, what are you yelling about? There's no octopus monster in the sky." The last of the party people had seemed to take the hint and retreated out of sight. Anna breathed a huge sigh of relief. "Right," she said as Elsa looked at her as if she were the craziest of crazy people. "Good thing you were here to scare it off." Oof. Elsa shook her head and turned back to the castle. It was going to be a long afternoon before the ball finally happened, Anna thought. So, you see what's going on? She's trying to keep it a big secret, but things keep happening, like the people walking on the cake in, and Elsa almost saw it. And then the musicians, and they're just kind of strolling in and hanging out, and they're not in a big hurry to get inside. And if Elsa were to have turned around, she would have seen them, and the surprise would be ruined. So Anna's trying all these crazy things to try and get Elsa to not look over there and ruin the surprise. The next time we read, the next video will be starting at chapter 7.